aside from demonstrating exercises and different things you can do, especially when you're rehabbing or when you're just starting out, I want to talk to Georgie. Just one of the things that I'm really starting to stress, based on the latest research, is because of the hormonal changes, because of the cortisol raising up, because your estrogen and your progesterone, even with hormone therapy, it's still a struggle. And the cortisol is one of the things that prevents you from losing weight, causes a lot of the symptoms of postmenopause and menopause and premenopause. So getting enough protein actually helps your body, helps your immune system, helps your endocrine system buffer some of that cortisol. But as a man, I know that most men tend to eat, if not enough protein, probably more so. And we're always with the protein shake, especially if we're yoking out, especially when we were younger. So that's never been an issue with my male clients. But I know with my female clients, getting enough protein, and we're talking really, ideally, 1 gram per pound of body weight. So we're talking, anywhere between, say, 120 to 160, even more so. It's a lot. It's not what some nutritionists would recommend, but again, based off of the latest research, especially with postmenopause, it's something that really helps with your aches and pains, because you're like, you know what, my knee really bothers me, or I feel really tired, and I'm working out and I should feel better. Well, some of these injuries or feeling like a little lack of energy may be because you're not taking in enough protein. So think of it that way. Or I'm not able to lose weight. Well, maybe that's possibly because there's not enough protein in your diet. So Georgie, I mean, what's your view of, how much protein should I be taking in? Like, have you been conscious of your protein intake?
I have been, and I notice it makes a big difference in weight loss, less pain in my body, more energy.
What's say, just on a given day, what's say like from breakfast to lunch to dinner, what types of protein are you taking in?
I'm taking in eggs, turkey, ground turkey, fish, quinoa, garbanzo beans, sweet potatoes.
Okay, so on a regular basis, you're getting at least 3 to 4 servings?
Correct.
Okay, so I would say with 3 to 4 servings, which is what a lot of people get, you're getting at least a minimum of about 60 to 80. So especially on training days, just adding a protein shake, hopefully at least 30 grams. If your stomach can't handle it, 20 grams. That will supplement things, and that will get you over 100 grams. And that's really my goal with most of the people that I train. A lot of people don't have the appetite. When I used to compete in bodybuilding a whole lifetime ago, even for me, getting enough protein when I was dieting down for the contest, I just felt like I was rolling around by the end of the day. I didn't have the appetite for it. And I did lose a lot of muscle mass because I was on restricted calories. I just didn't have the appetite to get all that protein in. So I understand that myself. So just be conscious of it. And again, in the program that I put for the ladies and the one that I'm putting online, that's one of the essentials. And it's mostly just to be conscious of it. So that say, hey, I looked at all my protein intake and I'm only taking in 30 or 40 grams. Okay, well, even doubling that, could you imagine how much stronger you might feel, how much less aches and pains you may have, how much you may be able to buffer that cortisol, even if you double that. So think about just increasing your protein. There's a lot of health trackers, especially on the new app we're going to be talking about later on in future posts. Being able to just get online, you can write them down in a journal if you have an issue with doing apps. But you could take pictures of it and just know, like, hey. And again, that's another thing that I was going to say. One of the easiest things, like at first I was like, well, you could take pictures. That's one of the things that some of the apps recommend, and trainers do that. And I'm like, well, it doesn't really give you a lot of details on your macronutrients, your carbs, your fats, your proteins, and your calories. But then it finally hit me. It's like, if you're consciously taking a look at what you eat and you're taking a picture of it, and hopefully you're in a support group of some kind, like in the app we're going to be using for our next program, aside from the health tracker, the recipes and everything, it has a social media wall that everybody can put videos and photos on. So when you take a picture, I'm going to ask them to go ahead and post a picture to the wall. And this, like, are you really going to want to be taking a picture of a bag of potato chips? You know? So I think that's going to really help with making sure that you're adhering to whatever diet it is that you're trying to follow. The main one I always recommend is the Whole30. You're going to get a good amount of protein there, and you cut out a lot of foods that you may have allergies to or whatever. So aside from your protein, what other types of foods are like your go-to foods for the day as far as energy and satiating your hunger?
Go-to foods, I eat a lot of greens, sauteed greens, and usually just protein, some cheeses. I try to keep cheese out of my diet.
What's your most decadent thing that you like to eat?
My most decadent is pasta.
Pasta.
And I try to restrict that to once a week, once a month.
What kind of sauce do you use?
Cacio e pepe. It's creamy.
Creamy? Mm-hmm. Creamy sauce? Mm-hmm. Is there bread involved with that?
There could be. There could be bread. Sometimes I have bread. Sometimes I try not to.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So bread's not the devil. There's no food that's the devil. It's like, again, we're trying to build a healthier lifestyle. So yeah, you work out so that you can enjoy life, you know? So you want to be able to be at a point where you've lost whatever weight you want to. You know, hey, you know, it's a birthday dinner or some celebration. Go ahead and eat whatever you want. You just can't do that all the time. It's like you have to pick your meals, maybe 2 or 3 meals during the week where you're like, okay, off the menu or off the diet plan, I'm going to have whatever. Because that's what we're all doing it for. We're doing it to make sure that we're enjoying life, okay? But enjoying life so that we're still doing it when we're in our 80s or hopefully our 90s. You know, where this is going to be the first generation where, hey, I've lifted heavy weights, you know, starting in maybe my 40s, 50s, and in my 60s. I can't wait to see how everybody is in their 80s and 90s, because it's just going to be a generation that's never been seen before. So I would like everybody to go ahead and participate in that. Come and join us. Ask questions, send us messages. If you have any specific questions for Georgie, she'll get to them as much as she can. I'll get to mine. We can do a Q&A if that works out for people. So go ahead and through whatever platform you're seeing this on, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, those are the things that I'm going to be posting on mainly. Go ahead and just message us, and we'll grab your email, and we'll be sending you more information as we develop our programs. So thanks for watching.